There's a moment your bank decides who you are. It's not your name, not your job, not even your credit score. It's one number, and the way that number treats you is nothing like what you'd expect. 0 to $20 million. 8 completely different versions of you. Let's start at the bottom. Level 1, negative balance, -$4. The number on the screen has a minus sign in front of it. $4. A coffee subscription you forgot was still charging. The bank doesn't care that it's $4, it cares that you crossed 0. That's $35, gone, for being $4 short. Another charge lands while you're still negative. Another $35 fee stacks on top. You call, hold music loops 3 times. A voice reads from a script, fees can't be reversed. Someone will call back in 48 hours. Nobody does. By morning the math has spread. A bounced rent payment, a late fee, a missed phone bill. $4 became $200, moving in directions you never authorized. You walk into the branch on Friday. The teller looks at her screen, and her expression changes, not anger, something colder. Somewhere in that moment you stop being a customer and start being a category. Level 2, $200. 20 hours of overtime bought you $200 and a week back above 0. Nobody noticed. The bank noticed, and quietly took its $12 maintenance fee anyway, because you're still short of the $1,500 minimum that would waive it. You apply for a credit card. They offer you a secured one. You hand over $300 of your own money so they can lend it back to you at 24% interest. You read the offer twice and put it down. At the branch, the teller is warm with the customer ahead of you, asking about their kids, smiling. When you step up, the smile turns professional. Processed in 40 seconds. No, anything else. No, have a nice day. You weren't refused. You were just moved through, like luggage on a belt. Level 3, $2,000. Something shifts. Not in the account, in how the bank looks at it. A steady paycheck lands every 2 weeks for 6 months, and that pattern alone is what finally interests the system. The maintenance fee just stops. Nobody explained why. You check 3 times to be sure. Real credit card offers start arriving. Unsecured this time, $2,000 limits, your name printed in metallic ink. The same bank that ignored you 8 months ago is suddenly courting you. You apply. Approved in 90 seconds. At the branch now, the teller says good morning before you reach the counter. Not warmth, not silence either. Something in between. You apply for a small loan, approved in 48 hours at 11%. The bank doesn't care who you are. It cares what your account looks like, and now it looks like something worth selling to. Level 4, $15,000. The credit limit changes on its own. $4,000 becomes $9,500. You didn't ask. Then the phone rings, an actual person this time. A relationship banker, assigned to you, wants 15 minutes to talk about your goals. The rate on your next loan drops from 11% to 6.8%, not because you negotiated, because you stopped looking like a risk. A $32 fee shows up, you email your banker. 3 hours later, it's reversed, no form, no phone tree, just taken care of. You realize something the levels below never let you see. The bank was never cruel when you were broke. It was just indifferent, and indifference at scale looks exactly like cruelty. Level 5, $80,000. The bank calls you a preferred client now, on the statement, on the login screen, in an email signature. You didn't earn the word. The number did. Your relationship banker becomes a real presence. He remembers your sister lives in Chicago because you mentioned it once, 9 months ago. At the branch, someone with a nameplate stands up to greet you, guiding you past the rope line everyone else waits in. The line you used to stand in without knowing it had a name. A pre-approval letter arrives for a $400,000 mortgage, for a house you haven't chosen yet. The price of money isn't something you negotiate anymore. It's something offered to you. Level 6, $500,000. The bank stops being a place you visit. It becomes a service that comes to you. A wealth manager drives to your office with a leather folder of printed reports, asks about your goals, your timeline, your estate plans. A 90-minute conversation that ends without anyone trying to sell you anything. The selling already happened, you just didn't notice. A wire transfer freezes, someone answers on the second ring, no hold music, fixed in the same call. That night, you're one of 8 guests at a private dinner hosted by the bank. A view of the city you've never seen from this angle. Nobody mentions money all evening. Money is the table, not the conversation. Level 7, $5 million. Private banking isn't a bigger version of wealth management. It's a different relationship entirely. Your private banker manages fewer than 20 accounts. He knows your kids' names and the foundation you mentioned once, over coffee, last spring. Mortgage rates aren't published anymore, they're negotiated. Paperwork that takes 2 weeks for anyone else gets handled in 48 hours, because someone was told whose account it is. You sit in a conference room with no logo on the door, discussing a private investment that will never appear on any public prospectus. Level 8, $20 million. You don't have a banker anymore. You have a relationship. A named line item in someone's performance review. The bank doesn't compete to keep you. It quietly organizes itself around not losing you. Deals are drafted for one client at a time. Investments arrive before they're public. And the real shift isn't access, it's influence. The chief investment officer asks your opinion on emerging markets. The same institution that once charged you $35 for being $4 short now flies someone out to ask what you think. Closing the loop. Somewhere, right now, someone else has a minus sign in front of their balance. $4 over. A coffee subscription they forgot. The fee hits within the hour. They stare at the screen and feel something that isn't anger, just tired. They don't know yet that the system isn't broken, it's working exactly as it was built to. The same institution that will one day fly someone out to ask their opinion on emerging markets is, right now, charging someone else for not having enough. You're the same person at every balance. The bank just decides who you are based on what's written next to your name.